Okay, so for the last couple of days, I've been rewatching scenes from the Zack Snyder Justice League cut, and honestly, I'm just trying to find something I can't stand about this movie, something that I don't like, and there's only two things about this movie that really stand out to me. One, there's a few scenes every now and then when there's a little bit of unfinished CGI, which I'm not going to complain about. I mean, they rushed this thing out in a year, and I freaking love it. I think it's phenomenal. The other thing is when Wonder Woman says Kal-El, she says it like 3 times in the movie. Twice when they bring him back, and then once at the end of the movie when Aquaman says all right, she then says Kal-El, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not vibing with those. Anyways, guys, all I want to say is I am so happy with this cut of the film. It's 4 hours, 42 minutes, and honestly, it goes by like that. We had my entire family here the other night to watch the movie together, and we literally binge watched the entire thing. We didn't break it up into chapters and watch it like one night a week. Yeah, maybe this 4-hour movie took us 5 hours because my mother kept asking questions, but no complaints. We had pizza, we had movie theater popcorn, and it felt like we were back in a movie theater, just enjoying a movie for the first time together, and that's what I miss. You know, for me, going to the movies is an escape. It's an escape from a long day at the office, it's an escape from any kind of stress you're going through, and to be in that mindset of just escaping everything and enjoying a 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour movie, it's just great. And to not have that right now, it's why I really appreciated that moment, just watching a movie with the family for 4 straight hours. I have no complaints about the runtime. I actually prefer long movies and wish that more movies were a lot longer. The film in itself though, like honestly, I have no complaints other than those 2 things I listed in the beginning of this video. These characters as a whole were given so much more backstory. There's so much more characterization in this, and yes, it is a long movie, but it is so worth it because you get a breakdown of all of these characters. You get a breakdown of their pasts. You get a breakdown of where they are like mentally, what they're thinking, how they're feeling, and then seeing them come together. It's nice. It's so well done. It's so well crafted. And Ray Fisher, listen, I read some of the things that went on behind the scenes and the rumors that his story was cut out of the film, and after seeing this version, yeah, his entire story was cut out of the film. And everyone says like, oh, Ray Fisher, Cyborg is the heart of the film, and it's true. I mean, oh my god, this guy is literally carrying the team right now with, you know, everything from his accident to the lack of his father being around to his mother passing away and then feeling broken, and then by the end of the film feeling whole again and realizing he's not broken, that nothing's wrong with him. The emotions there. Some of my favorite scenes, I'll give you an example right now. First of all, Flash reversing time at the end. Love that scene. It's so beautifully put together, from his dialogue to the music, just to the visuals. But my favorite scene in the entire movie has got to be Clark on the farm with Lois and Martha. That is the everything from the score to just the emotion of them being there in the moment, to him just, you know, closing his eyes, just looking up at the sun and just being grateful to be alive again. It's just, there's so many little things in this movie that make you appreciate Zack's vision. Oh, another thing, I've been listening to the score of this film in my car for the last couple of days as well, and there's so many things you don't hear while you're focusing on the movie, and it's nice to take that in as well. So Junkie XL did a really good job, especially when rescoring some of the past music that we received in the other 2 films and just adding to it. And I think a big portion of this film that's kind of being overlooked right now is that score. I mean, it's well done. It works with each scene. The film is dedicated to Zack Snyder's daughter Autumn, and you just feel the emotion. And listen, the rendition of Hallelujah at the end of the movie during the credit scene, I read that was a tribute to Zack Snyder's daughter, and it is so heartbreaking and so powerful, and it's just, it'll bring a tear to your eye. I still can't to this day believe that WB actually thought it was a good idea to basically just boom, wash their hands of Zack Snyder's vision and let Joss Whedon come in and just like annihilate the movie. Justice League was the first movie since, God, I don't even remember, maybe when I was a kid. It was the first movie that I actually fell asleep in. And I've seen some pretty brutal movies. I mean, I saw The Mummy 3 and I didn't fall asleep in that. I laughed more than anything, but I was just shocked that I actually fell asleep in a movie that had Batman and Superman in it. The movie was like boom, like things were happening like this. Like every time you blink, something, the pacing was off, the color tone was off, just everything was so wrong with that movie. And I just remember leaving the theater And I was like, I'll never watch this movie again. This is crazy. So to get this 4-hour cut that we as fans have been fighting for the last few years, it's like a dream come true. And honestly, I hope this is not the end of Zack Snyder's touch with the DC universe. I want the last 2 Justice League movies. I want there to be more of his vision. That's what I liked about it. Listen, Zack Snyder is creative. He is a visionary. He knows exactly what he wants for his world, and that's what he's creating. I don't want to see something that was done in a comic book like 50 times. I don't want to see a remake of a film like that was made like 50 times. I don't want to see that. I want to see a fresh story with characters that we've grown up loving, and that's what he gave us. Man of Steel was a different take on Superman. Batman versus Superman was a different take on those 2 heroes. It was not perfect, but it was different. I love this man's vision for these characters. I love how passionate he is about storytelling. Man of Steel, it was just the sequences, the fighting, the flying, just everything, the emotion behind every scene in that film. It's about fathers and sons, and I loved that. I loved it about that movie. And then Batman versus Superman, it's like, it's an even darker Bruce Wayne than we've ever seen. You know, he's just so broken. 20 years in Gotham, you can see it, you can feel it. And Ben Affleck is like one of the best actors that they could have chosen, in my opinion, to play Bruce Wayne and Batman. So there was just so many things that Zack was doing that he was confident in. And then to see Justice League, the 2017 edition, just rip it apart, I was like, whoa man, something is wrong here. This does not feel like the same guy that made the last 2 movies. And then, you know, after seeing over the years what actually went on behind the scenes with like Ray Fisher and some of the abuse and things like that, it's like, okay, now this makes sense. This wasn't Zack at all. Being able to just revive this film and bring it to life, I'm shocked that we still received this. Like, this is something that we all thought was a myth. I'm pretty sure the studio even said that it's not real. There's no Snyder cut. For years, we've seen, you know, release the Snyder cut, and now we're seeing restore the Snyderverse. And that's what we have to do. We need to restore the Snyderverse. We need the last 2 Justice League films. We need his full vision for these characters and for this story. And it's not done yet, because this is just the start of us potentially getting one of the most unique takes on all of these characters. All we have to do is restore the Snyderverse, and that hashtag is going around like crazy. So if you could just take a second, just go over to your Twitter, your Instagram, wherever you have to go, just hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Let's get together again as fans and try and show not only Warner Brothers, but Zack Snyder how much support we have for this vision and for the DC universe to continue, or at least for him to complete this version of the DC universe, because there's so much here that we need from at least 2 more films, and I really hope we get it. So that is the end of this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, and let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were on Zack Snyder's Justice League.